All right, welcome back to GeekWire. We are on location this week at Postback, the big mobile marketing conference put on by Tune. A big thanks to Tune for sponsoring our appearance here at the event. It's Todd Bishop with John Cook, and we're pleased to be joined here at the Media Lounge by Kieran Hannon. He is the Chief Marketing Officer for Belkin International. And your bio says that it encompasses 3 brands, but in fact, as of today, Belkin International encompasses 4 brands, which we're going to be talking about. Belkin includes the Wemo smart home devices, the Linksys networking technologies, and of course the Belkin brand. Kieran, thank you very much for being here and welcome.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, John. It's lovely being in Seattle and such a great day as well, and at Postback 17. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Guys.
So give us the news. There's some news today about the 4th brand being added to the Belkin family.
That's right. Today we are launching, we did announce earlier this year the joint venture with Uponor, the world's largest plumbing company. We announced Phyn, P-H-Y-N. But today what we're doing is their office is opening in Torrance, which is an area just south of Los Angeles. It's a lab and office where we have like a little mini home in there. And what it is, it's technology for the water industry. So it's a smart metering, intelligent water solution, so we can measure, monitor, and manage water in the home. You can understand your water usage, how it's been used, where it's been used, and it's got many, many benefits. One, you can imagine water leaks, right? That's something we want to stop altogether since water is such a precious resource. Water damage in the home, if we can prevent that, that's a big benefit as well. And then over time, in wellness, understanding the water usage, both from a quality standpoint and behavioral standpoint, if for some reason you have elderly parents and the tap in the kitchen sink doesn't happen to come on at a certain time when it normally does, when you like to know, it might be a great way to reach out. You could receive a text, or somebody locally could get a text and you could pop over and just to check on them. So there's many, many benefits.
And this technology actually has some roots back to Seattle.
It sure does.
Shwetak Patel, a University of Washington computer scientist. Tell us how you got affiliated with him. And
You're so right, John. Yes, back to Shwetak Patel at UW, scientist. He's our chief science officer. We acquired a company of his called Sensy. They had the sensing technology and all the IP around that. And we've been working on it now for the past 5 years here in Seattle with Shwetak and his team, and a broader group now in our Los Angeles area. And that technology is a core part of the Phyn proposition that is going to market next year. So Shwetak, a big shout out to him and his team for giving us this great, incredible platform to be able to build this out on.
He's a serial entrepreneur. Just to give folks on the podcast the context, he is the same researcher who we talked with on our recent health tech podcast about everything he's doing about turning smartphones into medical sensing devices. So he's really a wizard with this kind of stuff.
It really is. And we talked about this technology a few years ago. You guys will know the Collision Conference, Paddy Cosgrove's Web Summit Conference here in the United States when it first launched. And we actually did a live demo at the conference where we had the water meters in the bathrooms at the event, and we're able to demonstrate the ratio of flushes to hand washes for men's and women's.
Oh, nice.
And it was really interesting. What do you think the difference was as a percent? So percent completion of hand washes and flushes for men's versus women's.
I would say women are probably 2 to 1 over men.
Not far off. Not
Okay.
far off. Yeah, men were in the mid 80s, and women were like up in the high 130%, right?
Wow.
And so here's an example, right? Just even the value of that information.
So we spread all the disease around, essentially. Is that
Men
what
are
you're telling
bad.
me?
Men are bad. We know that for a fact.
Yeah, we just found the source of the global health crisis.
Yes.
Yeah,
Men.
really. But look, the value of that information is one thing. How do you use it? So can you imagine a little screen outside the bathroom, or just on the inside of the bathroom, showing the completion rate of washes to hand flushes?
Oh, wow.
If you're able to share that with men, don't you think their behavior would change? Don't you think they'd at least be 1 to 1? I think so.
Yeah.
It was eye-opening on stage when we showed live readouts, and you heard the collective gasp of all the men go, and all the ladies going, yeah, we know better. So there you go. So that's one of many, many benefits of this type of technology and the insights from it and how you use it to change behavior. And that's what we're about.
So is Phyn something that people will be able to buy in stores for use in homes, or is it more about the industry and commercial buildings?
It's the latter initially. Stay tuned. Phyn, we've just completed a quite sizable beta test in a number of homes, in hundreds and hundreds of homes. And so we're now commercializing that and the go-to-market plan to support it. So I would say stay tuned. Sometime next year you will see it being in market.
So you haven't set pricing yet?
We haven't set pricing, but we do have a great partner in Uponor, as I mentioned, a very, very large player in the world's plumbing stage. So they're bringing a lot of those go-to-market knowledge and expertise, and we'll be working with them on that commercialization.
So as Chief Marketing Officer at Belkin, how do you describe the company? Because you do have a kind of diverse set of products, everything from home water sensing to networking gear. I mean, it must be a challenge because you're quite diverse.
And people are familiar with your computer accessories. I mean, I think a lot of people know you for those types of things like keyboards and
that's true.
That type of
That's
stuff.
very true. I mean, Belkin International, when I joined many years ago, nearly 4.5 years ago now, when I joined, the Belkin brand and the Belkin corporate structure were synonymous, one and the same. Fast forward today, we've now 4 brands in the Belkin portfolio. And there's an amazing connective tissue. It involves the home. Everything is about the home, whether and on the go. So Belkin, products, peripheral, and accessories, helping you get the most out of the experiences you want to create, whether it's in-home and on the go. Networking, Wi-Fi is the center of your world right now. I think everyone knows that. So how you connect and onboard all your devices in the home to get the best Wi-Fi experience, that's our Linksys brand. Wemo in the smart home space, again, bringing automation to those things, those routine things that you want to do to give you peace of mind. So you as a consumer can live back in the moment, not think about, did I leave the lights on at home, or did I leave the fan on or the heater on, right? No, I can just check real quickly, were the lights on when I come home at sunset? Hey, never have to worry, because with if this and that, you can connect your Wemo app and you never have to worry coming home to a dark house. And then Phyn, again, it's about the home, understanding behavior and usage in the home. So the home is really the center of everything we do, and we surround it with all these great products. Wi-Fi in the center, and these other brands around the periphery of that.
So the connected home, it's a hot space right now, in part because of Amazon and the Echo devices and voice control. Tell me how you fit into that world and how you view Amazon and Echo getting into the market, because they want to be the center of the home too, right?
Look, I think we're all the center home in different ways. We all play different roles. It's very apropos here. I am sitting in Seattle with you two gentlemen at the McCall Hall, right? Just down the street is Amazon. When they launched Alexa, we were very fortuitous to be one of the 2 reference brands with Wemo when they launched. And so we've totally get the voice world that they're creating. We love the experiences that they are because it's very frictionless. And so you can, say, hey, Alexa, tell Wemo to turn on and off my lights when you come into the home, right? That's a really easy thing to do, particularly if you've got kids and you've got your hands full, right? And it's just, again, that level of integration makes for the complexity of that, and with the simplicity experience, working through that's something we love to do. And so, so with Alexa, we launched Wemo together, and then recently with Linksys and our Linksys Velop whole home Wi-Fi, that launched with Alexa integration, so you can turn on your guest access, you can give your guests their password ID and so forth very easily. You don't have to hunt through a paper. And then parental controls, you can turn on and off Wi-Fi. So when it's dinner time, you can say, hey, Alexa, tell Linksys to turn off Wi-Fi, so everyone will live in the moment and not be on their devices and ignoring the conversation.
Well, that must be one of your least popular features.
It's actually one of our more popular features.
Among certain people.
Yeah, among certain people, there's even more because we get a lot of great feedback, like all brands. We get feedback, great suggestions, great reinforcement about what we're doing. And one of the greater areas of feedback we get is actually about increased parental controls.
Yeah.
And so it's something that we're constantly doing with the app. Every app release, you're seeing more and more great experiences coming to life. And we also have a Zigbee radio in Velop. So you'll see Velop also helping become the smart home hub. You won't need to have all these other Zigbee hubs around in the home. So again, the radios and Wi-Fi all coming together. The experiences sit on top of that, whether in the home and on the go. That's how we think about it.
How much do you see Google Home playing a role there? Are they going to get to a point where they're on par with Amazon as the hub of the home?
I think the market is growing rapidly, and the beauty of it, what it's doing is it's creating these frictionless experiences, and having a frictionless experience is what everyone wins, right? You all heard those examples of, kids are doing the homework and so forth, no longer talk to the parents with the questions, they just ask Alexa or Google Home, right? So it's a different world. The market is it's growing at 4x every year. And when Amazon launched, they did about 3 million echoes in year one. Then they very quickly got down to 3 million echoes per quarter, and today it is at least double to 3x that per quarter.
So what's on the horizon for the connected home? Look out 2, 3, 4 years. Like what's coming that you think will be exciting about that? The way that we enter our homes and live in our homes because of technology.
Yeah, the sensory capabilities and tying those to behaviors and actions, I think is going to be a level playing field. Voice is really opened up and accelerated smart home adoption. I think we're all human. We don't want to stop doing what we're doing to pull out a smartphone, open an app and go from there, right? We just want to keep living in the moment, and if you can use voice to do that, that's a big part of it. There's also in-ear, with earbuds, there's some amazing technology that's been built in both from a software and hardware standpoint. You have Doppler with their Hear Now earbuds. Skybud is another great company that sells very well on Amazon. And so what it does, it can detect and sense what you're doing at that moment. So if you're leaving home in the morning, it can give you a 2-minute snippet of news for you in ear. You never even have to pull out your phone, right? So if you're in the car, it can give you your latest book that you want to listen to. Or if you're about to take public transport, they can give you the times of that transport and so forth, all in ear. You never have to stop what you're doing in that moment. You'll be saying bye to the kids and getting that type of information. So that's a big part of how this acceleration is happening.
So as the Chief Marketing Officer at Belkin, I think you were the first CMO at Belkin.
That's correct, yes.
So you've obviously, you oversee e-commerce as part of that as well.
That's correct,
and obviously mobile marketing is a key part of that, as we're seeing here with the hundreds of people at Postback. What are the key trends that you're seeing there in how people are buying things online? Are you seeing it shift from the phone to the TV? Give us sort of your state of the union of mobile e-commerce.
Wow, state of the union. Where's my Guinness?
Exactly.
Look, I think, and you guys are more than aware of this, the trends on mobile search are huge. Google used to dominate there, and now Amazon itself, in the consumer electronics space alone, and it can be higher in some other categories like travel and restaurants, but in the CE space alone, over 65% of all searches now start on Amazon, not Google.
That's
so
huge.
That is, talk about that transformation.
It's so transformative that Google cited stats such as that as a defense against the European Union antitrust investigation.
There you go.
On their product
Who would
search.
ever thought they would do that, right? Exactly. So the world has rapidly evolved. So what's driving some of that? Not just because you get a great experience and great prices on Amazon. What's the other things that come with that? Great content, the star ratings and reviews. That is huge. We spend a lot of time monitoring the reviews. We don't bring products to market when they're below a certain star rating. That for us, we watch that very carefully. It's a certain minimum level that we bring to market, and we the value of the feedback that we get online is immeasurable, and so we take it very important. So that's one example, right? So the type of programs that we do with the Amazons of this world and the spend that we do on it, 4 or 5 years ago, easily it was about 1 to 2% of our total marketing budget. Now across these type of platforms is easily over a quarter to nearly half. And those are
just marketing on Amazon.
And Amazon-like platforms. There's other similar platforms out there, right? So, but you think about it, that's not measured media. So a big insight, I think, for a lot of marketers and a lot of agencies is they're following the dollars through measured media and what you spend on the Facebooks of this world, which are still extremely important. But you've all these new platforms. For me, Amazon and the Amazon platforms out there, other platforms, are content marketing platforms. And if if the bottom of the funnel, the first place you go is to Amazon to learn about our product, and we are not at a level that we should be, then why am I spending all this money elsewhere? In another example, the Kindle Fire TV experience, right? That's Wi-Fi enabled. If you don't have the right Wi-Fi, you're having a very poor experience. We're able to deliver a message to you at that point in time about having the best Wi-Fi streaming experience, so you don't have the buffering wheel of death.
Right.
We solve that for you. So those are other ways that we're doing it. When you open up your Fire tablet, right? That's another mobile experience. The amount of engagement that we get, and we hear this directly from Amazon, they say our marketing programs are in the top 1% on that platform because we understand how to use it.
Wow.
We understand how to engage a consumer at the point of opportunity. Now, some people might say the point of opportunity could be a pain point, it could be, or it could be an area when it's most relevant, when you know you're going on your device. Wi-Fi is paramount for that experience. Oh yes, I need to make sure I got the best Wi-Fi experience possible.
So what percentage of your sales are driven through Amazon at this point?
So another great question. We are a private company, so we don't disclose that, but they're one of our top 5 partners around the world.
And it's interesting because you've been on Amazon and selling there for an awfully long time and have become expert at it. It's interesting to watch. I think just today we had a story about Sears and their Kenmore, I think, group that's now just starting to sell there. Nike recently just started to, monetize there and put product there.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see more brands adopt it. What advice do you give to those bigger retailers or brands that are starting to play ball there without giving away all your trade secrets?
We always talk about crawl, walk, run, right? Get in, start to explore it, start to do something, do it kind of small and really understand it, and then evolve over time. I mean, for Nike, their big issue was unlicensed merchandise getting on the platform. Mm-hmm. So working very closely with Amazon, they're able to figure out how to ensure that when someone buys a Nike product, it's very clear it's authentic Nike products. And they've solved that. So that's great for Nike. Look, that's where the customer wants to go. That's where they want to consume and buy product. And you see with the Amazon Go experiences, right? We're going a lot more to a screenless world as well. So you think about screenless world when you're in an Amazon Go environment and you're able to select products and groceries and so forth. You never once have to pull out your device to check out. You just leave the store. That's huge, right?
Do you think that's we talked about this earlier on the show. Do you think that's actually gonna take off? It seems like it's hit some snags and roadblocks. It just seems like there's a lot of bottlenecks potentially there.
Well, there may be. I applaud Amazon for really persevering. They really do take the long view in things. So I think it's going to go there. And with the potential Whole Foods acquisition, now you have a real installed base to bring this to market once they perfected it. Yeah. They have done an incredible job in a number of areas, actually in a lot of areas, right? Think about Amazon Web Services, how that started, what a sizable business it is. Alexa and what they're doing with Alexa and where it's going with in-car integration and so forth, right? So that organization, the partnerships that we have, and the experiences that we have couldn't be better. So I have full confidence that the Amazon Go experience will be of the caliber that they would want it to be.
Yeah. Well, this has been great, learning a little bit more about Belkin beyond just being a customer in the past. It's really neat to get a sense for the landscape here. Where should people go if they want to find out more? It's about Belkin International. Do you guys have a particularly active Twitter profile or chat bot or anything?
We're very, very active on Twitter across all of our brands. Yeah. Belkin brand, Wemo and Linksys, and Phyn just starting now. So please reach out to us there. I'm personally on Twitter. I love to engage with our customers on Twitter. So I'm at Kieran Hannon on Twitter, and I love to hear from you guys. Look, we are an immersive brand. We're all about helping people connect the dots with the technology they have and the experiences we want. So we're about solving those unmet needs, and that's what we go into work every day about, and that's what we deliver. And we're very, very, very fortunate to be in this industry.
That's great. Well, Kieran Hannon, the Chief Marketing Officer at Belkin International, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Todd and John. Loved it.
Absolutely. All right, that is it from Postback. A big thanks to Tune for hosting us here at this event. Any final words, John? Are you going to be practicing your opera singing for the GeekWire Summit?
One of the core tenets of this event apparently is party. So I guess we have to party here.
I think maybe that's why I was invited.
That's right. Hopefully they're serving Guinness for you.
Yes, yeah. I mean, my one advice to your listeners, obviously a very knowledgeable adopter type audience, but just encouraging their families, just get one device. Voice is a very easy way to start, and just explore. Just start exploring. That in itself is fun.
Very cool. All right. Well, I am going to be working on the opening number for the GeekWire Summit.
All right.
We'll see how we can do that.
Get your tuba out again. Or what was the instrument you played?
Oh, God. Tuba, baritone.
Sousaphone?
That's a whole other podcast.
All right.
All right. Until next time, I'm Todd Bishop.
And I'm John Cook.
Thanks for listening to GeekWire.